Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to Legacy of the Duelist. Last time we experimented with the old version of Satellarknights before Link Monsters, where they just summoned Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then you sat there and wondered if you should just pick up all your cards and walk away from the table. But this time we are going to use a version that is now legitimate and requires a lot more thinking about your different plays while still keeping in mind that checklist that I talked about last time. We still want Deneb in the graveyard, we still want Altair in our hand, and from there our options come from our extra deck more than from the actual field or from our normal deck. Reporter Carly Carmine was on the trail to find out exactly what the Crimson Dragon was. Her search led her to sneak into Arcadia Movement headquarters, where she came face to face with Sayer. These files prove Arcadia Movement isn't as innocent as they claim to be. Well, well, a little mouse. You should be careful. You shouldn't go scampering where there could be traps. And now that you've seen what you've seen, I can't let you leave. But in the interest of good sport, allow me to at least give you a fighting chance. You can try to run, or you can duel me. What do you say? Bring it on. You should have tried to run. Umbra Mirage Elemental Lord? I think that card just came to Duel Links, actually. Alrighty, unfortunately we kind of have a hand similar to last time. But this time we have a Satellarknight Skybridge. The Skybridge kind of solves a lot of our problems. When a monster is normal summoned, remove from play that monster. That's horrible. I don't like that one bit. So that's gonna hurt us significantly. I don't know what to do about that card, because it's just gonna remove my Vega from play, and I have nothing to bring it back at the moment. Is it the next standby phase or your next standby phase? Of the controller who summoned that monster. Does it just say bring it back, or does it say summon it? It says return it, so I assume it would not summon Vega. I do want it to be Vega because I need Vega next turn. No, that's fine. Maybe I could have quick effect skybridged it out and gotten a Deneb. Now the question is, what do we do from here? We don't have a whole lot of plays. I feel like we just set Solemn Strike and pass. Maybe set Alpha as well. This sucks. What? This card is normal summoned. You can destroy any number equal to the number of face up. What? Well, I could just negate her effect. Because otherwise there's a chance that she hits Alpha over here. I think I have to, unfortunately. Either way, she's going to destroy something. Oh, come on. Oh, that doesn't count. Gotcha. Alright, well, we're definitely not winning at the moment. Okay, Vega comes back. What card? No, not quite yet. So this only does normal summons. So I can use Skybridge right now. And then Skybridge will get me an Altair. Yeah, let's do that. We don't want to chain our own effect to negate our effect. That would be bad. Alright, so this gives us Deneb. And gets us one step closer to Deneb in the graveyard. But we only want Deneb in the graveyard at the start of our next turn. We don't want Deneb in the graveyard right now. Although I can Vega into Altair right now. But I feel like I should wait. And just see what happens if I attack. I could also set Vega instead. Yeah, let's just attack and see what happens. What is this? Wait. This card's attack and defense are equal to its level times 300. So it would have 1,800. I mean, that's... See, I could negate it and draw a card, which actually seems pretty good, but I think I'll just kill her card with Honest instead. And now we're looking in a pretty good position. All we gotta do next turn is summon Vega, to summon Altair, to summon Deneb. Doesn't look like we're gonna get another Deneb though. It's a little bit unfortunate. Because I always want to be... It would almost be worth it just to Dark Hole. Okay, this is gonna look really dumb, but it's actually, I think, smart. I'm going to Dark Hole. And I'm going to chain Nova Alpha to it. That'll allow me to draw a card. Now we can, as long as his card back there isn't important, then we're okay with doing this. I'll activate Vega's effect. To summon Altair. I'll activate Altair's effect to summon Deneb. I'll activate Deneb's effect to bring another Altair to my hand. Oh my goodness. Now I wish I had that Stellar Nova Alpha, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. Either way, we can protect ourselves now, though. Turned out that was a bad play. But there was no way I could force him to use Torrential Tribute without attacking. So... probably should have just saved all my cards. But I wanted another Altair in my hand, unfortunately. Otherwise I would have had to set Vega and pass. Oh, we get Vega back now, though. Oh, and we can activate another Skybridge. No, that's okay. So we can't don't do that. We don't want to Skybridge this turn, because we already have a Vega on the field. Activate the effect of Altair. Here's a thought. We might be able to cancel this by sky bridging him out as well. No, don't chain any more cards. So hopefully Deneb still comes to the field. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Did it all correctly. We get to activate both of their effects. And now... Shoot, which one's going off first? Deneb? Yeah. And then we'll send a Deneb to the graveyard. Alright, I think we did that well. Now we can make some more progress by summoning Deltaros. A lot of times here I might go Trevere, but since she's just gonna play her field spell again, I kinda want Deltaros because first I can pop the backline and then next turn when I need to normal summon again, I can pop her field spell. Plus, if Deltaros does happen to die, then I can just summon a Deneb from my deck. Or a Vega, which starts the whole combo of Vega, Altair, into Deneb on his turn. And we always drop Deneb first, even though we already have a Deneb in the graveyard. Probably should have dropped a Vega now that I think about it, because I don't think we have a Vega in the graveyard. You want pretty much each of them in the graveyard if you can. Do we have one of each? We do not. So yeah, I probably should have dropped Vega just because of that. But at the same time, it doesn't matter too much, because now we have a huge advantage. We have Alpha as well as a Mirror Force in case everything goes wrong. Pretty much I'm kind of looking to Alpha this turn, if I can. Which does not appear to be the case, but if I could Alpha, then I could grab a Vega, summon Altair from my hand, summon Deneb, all during his turn. And then pretty much just win this next turn, but... I might still be able to win this next turn. What I have to do is I have to get rid of this field spell. And then summon Altair. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to be too creative with this duel at the moment, because that field spell really just messed up everything for a very long time. But we can just kind of win, because if that trap is something, I'll just sacrifice the Neb. So I guess we'll just win the old-fashioned way. Because we can't do anything special, because then we won't have the damage. You won't get away with this. Sector security will come looking for me. Sector security can't touch us, not as long as I know the truth about Goodwin. And what truth would that be? Director Goodwin is from the satellite sector, and that, my dear, is the least of his secrets. I wonder what else he's hiding. Night night, little mouse. Alright, now we get to face some of the Dark Signers. As Carly fell from the Arcadia Movement building, she was absorbed by purple mist and vanished. Soon afterwards, the earth began to quake. Carly reappeared as a Dark Signer. Get out of my building! But I'm here to ask you for a rematch, Sayer. I must be seeing things. Is that you, Carly? But you fell! The Dark Signers are actively recruiting duelists to join their cause, and they chose yours truly. And that's bad news for you. Sayer and Carly began a shadow duel and a series of quakes continued to hit the Arcadia Movement Tower. Sayer was defeated by Dark Signer Carly and seemingly fell to his doom from atop Arcadia headquarters. During the battle, Earthbound Immortal Aslab Piscu was summoned and began destroying the entire building. Fortunately, Leo, Luna, Bolt, and Tenson used this opportunity to escape Arcadia headquarters. Luna! How did you guys find me? This is the 8th door Bolt has knocked in. I need to break this glass to get to Leo. Leo, you alright? Where's Luna? Is she okay? I'm right in front of you, Leo. I'm so glad you're safe. It's not like I'm helpless without you. So, what am I doing in this room? I don't know, but let's not talk about it right now. Meaning, let's get out of here. Akiza managed to escape the collapsing building with the rest of Yusei's friends, and the Earthbound Immortal vanished along with the Dark Signer. Elsewhere in New Domino City, a newly detained Gregor received a surprising rescue. Huh? Who are you? The name is Devak. I know what Goodwin did to you, Gregor, to your village. I know you're angry, and I know you still want revenge. I can help you get that revenge. Come with me. Meanwhile, Yusei Fudo and the rest of the signers met with Goodwin to discuss recent events. Let me give you a history lesson. Thousands of years ago, a huge war was fought, where the Crimson Dragon defeated the army of shadows. Afraid that the shadows would one day return to destroy the world, the Crimson Dragon locked them underground. Magic symbols were carved into the earth, trapping their essence for millennia. In time, the shadows were forgotten and their prison became a tourist destination known as the Nazca Lines. But the shadows weren't willing to stay defeated. They wanted revenge, which they are now getting with the help of the Dark Signers. I believe some of you have already experienced the Dark Signers' dangerous monsters firsthand. You mean the Earthbound Immortals? Yes, their strength is staggering, for they contain the very power of the Army of Shadows. We get it, they're bad, let's just take them out. Our task goes far beyond beating an enemy. It's a rescue operation for all those poor people who've been corrupted by the powers of darkness. After talking with Goodwin, the Signer team headed into the satellite in order to stop the Dark Signers. The Signer team split up, each setting out to battle a different Dark Signer, each with their own motivations. The Dark Signer Devak had taken Ancient Fairy Dragon and was keeping it from Luna. In an attempt to find and rescue Ancient Fairy Dragon, Luna transported to the spirit world. While Leo searched for Luna, he came across Devak and was pulled into a duel against the Dark Signer. Who are you? You're not a Signer. What are you doing here? I'm here to duel you. That is if you think you're strong enough to take me on. Is that some kind of a joke? Where's the little girl? Why isn't she here? I told her to come. Well, she's busy. You're gonna have to duel me instead, mister. I may not be a Signer, but that doesn't mean I can't rock a deck. I applaud your enthusiasm, but I'm afraid that you simply do not have the power to match me, boy. If you insist on being destroyed, so be it. Unfortunately, Leo brought a deck that you were not expecting, and you shall be crushed. We will go second. See, this is more the hand that I look for. Ape Fighter. If this card is destroyed, it gains 300 attack. If it does not attack during your turn, returns to 0. Fair enough. We got all kinds of nonsense. Now, what would be the right play here? Because we could Vega Anukulai Unu Kalhai. I don't know, yo. But we could do that and then save Altair something else for next turn. Alright, I think the better play is probably Vega Deneb and then go straight Travers. You'll see what I mean. So we'll Vega, we'll Deneb, and then we're going to be out of the ability to special summon. So checklist says Altair is already in the hand, so we bring a Vega instead. So next turn we can Vega Altair into something in our graveyard. Now we could summon a Dark Tellarknight Ptolemaeus. And unfortunately, to use Ptolemaeus' effect, I have to discard a card, but we have that Pot of Benevolence that I'm probably not going to make use of. So I'm going to discard that. And we always drop Deneb first. Pot of Benevolence. And this is a situation for Travers. Travers will come to the field, everything else will go back to the hand. And Travers is just very good for many, many reasons. I'm going to use his effect here. And we will just drop the Vega. Doesn't matter what we drop because all of those are going to the graveyard soon. And now we will set a card. We'll take our essentially free battle phase that Travers opens up by there being nothing on the field. And then we will end our turn, leaving Travers. If he dies, I can summon something from the graveyard. If he does not die, then I can use him for a Link summon next turn to make use of that graveyard effect. And he has to have a material attached to him, so I gotta leave this material on him. I can't make that guy discard another card this turn. So, what we are going to do, because we have Deneb and Vega, so I'll summon Vega, and then I will activate Vega's effect to summon Altair. Altair's effect will activate to summon Deneb, and then Deneb's effect will activate to put another Altair in our hand, so we can do stuff again next turn. And I need Deneb back in my graveyard again. So now we're going to actually Link summon for the first time. And I think now would be a good time to use Isolde. Is that how you're supposed to say that? Isolde? Isolde? I don't know. I think it's Isolde. Or Isolde? I don't know. Maybe if someone knows, tell me. But I think that one's the best. I was using Underclock Taker a lot, but I can get some extra advantage by using Isolde here. And also, since I'm sending Travers to the graveyard with material still attached, he will activate his effect. I will also activate the effect of Isolde. So Travers here, you can see he could grab himself, he can grab Ptolemaeus, he can grab any of these. We've already used both a Vega and a Deneb effect, so it's probably a bad choice to grab one of those. Usually I don't grab Travers because I can't make use of his send to the graveyard effect anymore, because this one's not going to have any materials on it. So generally I take Ptolemaeus here because Ptolemaeus both has the most attack plus gets to use his effect of everything becomes dark. So Ptolemaeus, put that one off to the side because it's coming from the graveyard and not the extra deck. And then using Isolde's effect, I can pull another warrior. And in this case I will pull a Vega to give us another huge turn next turn if we need it. Also going to set Call of the Haunted. Now the real question is, do I want to go for a Deltaros? I think so. So the only way I can get a Deltaros from here with 2 cards is to go for another Ptolemaeus. And then I'll probably just drop Unukalai. I still haven't decided how I would say that. Unukalai. I think I'm gonna go with Unukalai. And then I'll use Ptolemaeus' effect. Altairs in the graveyard don't really matter. Can Altair summon Altair? No, Altair cannot summon Altair. So you should always send him to the graveyard last. We don't need Unukalai. And then we can use... We actually could summon Constellar Diamond here, because then we have the Ptolemaeus Diamond effect. But he has so much backline that I'd rather have Deltaros. because if Deltaros dies, then I get that effect of summoning something from my deck. It is important to note that I believe, here we'll read it right now. Scroll down. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could special summon one Tellarknight from your deck. So Deltaros' ability does not require him to have any materials attached anymore, which makes him, I guess, just different than Trevere in that way. So even if I used a Trevere to summon a Deltaros from the graveyard, that Deltaros would then be able to make use of his summon effect. So now we're kind of sitting here with a lot of monsters. We're not super safe, but if Deltaros dies, he'll summon something. Isolde can't attack because we used Altair's effect this turn. The Dark Resonator is going to survive one attack. So I guess we'll get no damage off this turn, but maybe next turn. But we got some pretty good protection here, as well as a Call of the Haunted to use in his turn. We can get a full combo off in his turn and therefore not have to use Altair's effect on our turn. Ooh, he's got his own Call of the Haunted. All I can do in response to that is activate a Call of the Haunted, so that doesn't really help me. So we're trying to wait till his end phase. I don't know if he has Synchros, because he's the Earthbound Immortal guy. I guess we'll see momentarily. He's battling, huh? Is he gonna kill Isolde? Don't do that. Oh wait, no, he can't kill Isolde because I have Quaking Mirror Force. We'll just Quaking Mirror Force, keep Isolde on the field. And now we're just gonna wait for the end phase. He does have one more card. So now he's in the end phase and we are going to Call the Haunted. And what I probably should do is I should probably Vega, Altair, Deneb. I believe we have one more Altair in our deck. So we should have the ability to do one more full combo. Especially since we still have a Vega in our hand. Yeah, we do have one more Altair. So I feel like this duel is a really good example of us being able to use our full combo. So you can see here if we hover over this Call of the Haunted, it puts up a sign that it's equipped to this Vega. This Call of the Haunted, I believe, is no longer attached to this Dark Resonator because it is now face down. So if I popped it with Deltaros, normally if you pop a Call of the Haunted, it kills the monster. If I pop it with Deltaros, I don't think it'll kill the monster. So I'm probably going to pop this backline. This card is going to be annoying. Actually, I could summon a second Deltaros, can't I? You can use multiple different Deltaroses. Yeah, I could use a second Deltaros. So let's do that. Another Deltaros will allow me to get rid of that Resonator without having to attack it twice. Plus I can then also summon Vega and Altair if I really want to. But I think we will probably be good on damage. So first break this. Seems mandatory. Next we'll break the Resonator. Put the Neb in the graveyard. Break the Resonator. You can see this didn't go to the graveyard because it was no longer attached. And then we know that the Fighter Ape has 0 defense, so Isolde can get over it. So we don't even need to play our Vega. So we'll get over it. Oh, it does not have 0. I could have sworn I thought it had 0 defense. I've been seeing too many zombie cards recently with all those Mayakashis. But either way, We got lucky enough that it didn't have more than 1600. I didn't think it, like, in my head I pictured it as a high attack, low defense monster. So even if it wasn't 0, I should have been fairly confident I could get over it. Luna returned from the spirit world and regained Ancient Fairy Dragon. With Leo and Luna's combined power, they were able to defeat Devok. This is a total happy ending moment. Except this isn't the ending. Leo, you were really great. You crybaby. Alright, we still got some time. One more duel. We'll do Crow versus Evil Gregor. After Devok was defeated in the Shadow Duel, Gregor appeared as a new Dark Signer. He set out to battle Yusei, but found one of Yusei's old friends instead. Get out of my way. Sorry, pal, but you're not going anywhere. I'm looking for Yusei. Well, you found Crow, and you're not going anywhere until we duel. You're challenging me? Get real, you're not a signer. The only thing that matters is that you're a Dark Signer, and that means you're gonna pay for what you did. Your giant monster and your freaky dark fog have taken everyone from the satellite, including the orphans I was taking care of. They were just innocent kids. They didn't do anything to you, but I guess that's how you guys operate. Well, not anymore, pal. I'm gonna stop you. Since you're so determined to destroy yourself, I'll oblige you. We should maybe at some point make a Blackwing deck. Blackwings have so much support, yet they aren't really good ever. They just like consistently get one card every once in a while. I don't know if any of their cards have been like banned or limited out that made them actually not good. This seems like an unfortunate hand. Do I just like set Solemn Strike and then card destruction? I could use Skybridge as well though, unfortunately. I feel like I need the Skybridge just in case. Show me a monster. I just need one monster. Okay. Well, we're probably okay since we have at least one monster. Unfortunately, how quick play spells work is if you set them down, then they become like trap cards, where they can now only be activated after my turn ends. So I won't be able to Skybridge this turn. But the Call of the Haunted is nice because it can essentially bring back Altair for me if he dies. And then I can Skybridge into a Deneb. Oh, it's asking me if I want to bring my Honest back. Which isn't a bad play either. I will note that Honest's second effect is that while it's on the field during the main phase, you can just put it back in your hand. So you can, in theory, call the Haunted and Honest, put it back in your hand, and then use its hand discard effect instead. This is Mausoleum of the Emperor. When it activates, I think I'm going to have to cancel it. But he has to pay his life first. Nope, that's not how that works, apparently. Shoot. I could Skybridge right now, actually. If I'm gonna die, I'll Skybridge. Activate the effective card, no. Okay, now he's declared battle, so now I got a Skybridge. If I Skybridge, I'll tear out of here. I can summon Deneb. Defense position, so not only do I not take damage, but I can use Deneb's effect, get Deneb in the graveyard. Do I want to chain it? Is this chaining to me or is this chaining to him? Shoot. I think it's chaining to me because I didn't activate it immediately. Okay, so what I want is Altair. Ouch. The heck, man. And now, I think we're in an okay position. There's no point to using Call of the Haunted this turn, because we already used the Neb's effect on his turn. So here's one of those times where I have to manipulate how many Satellarknights I have on the field. Actually, no, I don't, because he has 2 cards. Does this only do set cards? No, it does not do set cards, so I could break his Mausoleum as well. I was gonna say what I need to do is I first need to complete my XYZ before I can actually use that card, because then otherwise I'd be popping my own cards. What does he keep doing? Does he keep getting to do damage every time I activate my effect? That's really annoying, let me tell you. Alright, but now we got 2 cards, so we can activate Tellarknight Genesis, pop all of his cards, pop that, pop that. Now he's got nothing left. And now we can start sync or XYZ summoning. So we have to first go into Tellarknight Ptolemaeus. Or yeah, Ptolemaeus? Have I been saying it wrong this entire time? Ptolemaeus. Something like that. I keep getting this guy and Ptolemaeus confused. You've succeeded in special summon of a monster. No, that's okay. So now, ooh, we're gonna have to drop the Altair. We should probably just attack him. He can die normally, right? Can negate the attack of one monster. Oh shoot. The first time a monster is summoned to your opponent's side of the field each turn, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. During the battle phase of a turn this effect is activated, you can negate the attack of one monster your opponent controls. You can send one face-up tracker, and this face-up card you control to the graveyard, special summon one Flying Fortress Skyfire. This sucks. This is a bad situation. How does your effect work? During your main phase, you can return this face-up card from the field to your hand. I think we have to do that right now. Because I need that Altair for next turn. So let's do this. Give me this Honest. Put it here. Activate Honest's effect. No, don't chain. And then actually this Call to Haunted stays on the field, which is genius. Because now I can activate Ptolemaeus' effect. Drop Honest. And then... Ooh, right. Because I special summoned Honest this turn, I can't summon Trevere. Unlucky. I forgot about that. I guess I didn't really have a perfect play there then, considering the special summon of Honest got rid of Trevere. I really wanted to do Trevere this turn. Would have been way better. But I think we'll also be fine like this. I guess drop you, blow up this guy. This outcome is also good. I would have preferred the Trevere outcome, just so we could reuse that Call of the Haunted. But I feel like this is gonna be fine. We could always try and Trevere a little bit later again. But the thing that's bad about Trevere now is if he's not the first card you summon, then that means you have to first Link summon and then use Trevere the next turn after that, because Link summoning is a special summon, and then Trevere will get rid of your Link monster. So what do we have in here? If you get Deneb for another Altair, so I think we should do that. We should Altair, give me Deneb. And then we'll grab another Altair. And now I will, I think, pop the Swords of Revealing Light. And then this Deltaros is used up, right? Yeah. And then if I do that, then I could Link summon into an XYZ summon into another XYZ summon. Let's see if all this works how I want it to. I don't think that would quite be a win, unfortunately, because this Call of the Haunted is not active. So if I go Isold, drop Deneb and Deltaros. Deltaros will summon a Vega from my deck. Activate the effect of a card. Yes. No, not that card though. I want to activate Isold's effect. There we go. And activate Deltaros. Yep. I think I'm actually gonna grab the same card with both. Okay, Deltaros is going first, right? Yeah. So Deltaros is going to summon a Vega. Boom. Then Isold is going to grab me oh, I was like, why did Deltaros have the option for an Altair? I thought I used them all. I think Deltaros can summon from the hand as well. Yeah, hand or deck. So it was merely giving me this one as an option. I see. So that means that I probably need to grab a Vega to my hand as well, just in case I draw another Tellarknight. Why did this Vega's effect not go off? Did I already use Vega this turn once? I didn't think so. Did it miss the timing? Did I say no? It can't miss the timing. How did that happen? I must have said no? Shoot. I needed that. I could have won this turn if I did that, I think. Dang it. Well, that being the case, suppose I'll set that. Do I want to go Batalmius and then straight into Deltaros? Yeah, I think that's the safest bet. So we go Batalmius, Unfortunately, we won't be able to lethal because I sold can't attack. And we'll drop Vega here, right there. And then we'll summon a Deltaros. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that Vega activation. I must have just said no without reading it correctly. I thought I was saying no to some useless effect, like do you want to activate a trap card? Oh, we have all of these cards in the graveyard already, so it really doesn't matter what we drop anymore. And now we can get a little bit more damage off, but we won't be able to win till next turn. And he has below 2,100 life, so at this point, all I have to do to win is summon a Trevere, which is pretty much guaranteed as long as I draw a card at the start of next turn to have something to discard for Batalmius's effect. I kinda meant to call the Haunted, but I was just holding B. Whatever. Doesn't matter, I suppose. But yeah, we might as well just do that because that would set us up the best for next turn. Would be to call the Haunted, and we're using the Call of the Haunted right now because it's just going to come back to us. I would call the Haunted, I would Altair. Actually, maybe we wouldn't want to do this. Like, I know we're going to win either way, but if he had something to stop us right now, this Deneb is not going to be able to grab another Altair. Because I don't think we have any left. Yeah, we got not a whole lot, but we do have Vega and Inukulai. Or, I changed it up again. Unukalai. But then we could just special summon, go for Trevere. Boop, boop, boop. Then everything goes back to the hand. So all my Call of the Haunteds come back to me. So that means I now have access to all my combos, but in my graveyard. And you'll also notice that by doing this, the Link monster is gonna go away, but I can Link summon again because this is the first slot to Link summon. So he's gonna stay right here, and I will be able to Link summon next turn again or not Link summon again, but next turn I could XYZ summon again and summon into a Deltaros. So I feel like with Link monsters you can kind of manipulate around Trevere. Unfortunately, Trevere does say that you can't special summon anything else in the same turn that you summon him. So it needs to be on a turn after you Link summoned. During the duel, Gregor realized his enemy wasn't truly the Signers or Goodwin. Gregor attempted to forfeit the duel, but the power of the shadows would not allow him. After the battle was won, Gregor was gravely injured while saving Crow from the collapsing debris. Why did you risk your life for me? Because you risked yours so that my family and friends could return to their homeland. Gregor, you must continue to fight the Dark Signers, stay strong and save your family. You can count on it, Gregor. No. Alright, and that's gonna do it for this one. I really like this deck, so I might use it a little more, but also I think the title of this is A Whale of a Ride because the Earthbound Immortal that he uses is a giant whale. But if you don't want to see this deck anymore, then you can let me know. But otherwise, I really like this deck. I really like playing it. I really like the cards in it. Like I said, I actually have a lot of the deck myself, so I would probably keep playing it for a little while. I might mix it up depending on how I feel. But let me know if you really hate this deck. If not, you'll probably see it again, at least scattered in between things, maybe a little bit more next episode. But either way, Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time.